Yo everyone, Hyrit here and welcome back to Crappy Cinematics. And as you can see, I have a new way of reviewing these movies, by stepping into them. That said, let's talk about this. The Twilight movies are either loved or hated by everyone. Loved by the fangirls of romance and the unknown, and hated by the people who want to see logic in a movie. Now, speaking as a movie-loving being that mostly looks at the movie as a whole without looking at the fandom itself or the actors and publicity it gets, I am still amazed by the complete opposite opinions people give these movies. So, from what I hear, you either love or hate it, and from what I hear, I'll probably hate it. But being the sober Dutchman who likes to form his own opinion on things by actually experiencing them, I decided it was time for me to step into the fandom that is so hated and loved. Hey, guess what? Turns out I hate it!
I'd never given much thought to how I would die.
Hello, depression! I mean, seriously? This is how the franchise starts? Logo of Summit Entertainment followed by...
I'd never given much thought to how I would die.
It's even worse than Freddy the Frog. Now I'm already frustrated before I've even seen an image! We see a deer being hunted by someone, obviously a metaphor for the target audience of this movie, as we meet...
So, I can't bring myself to regret the decision to leave home.
All the problems of the world manifested in the form of a depressed teen. Fuck, why don't you just play emo music while you're at it? No, that was a joke, come on, please stop! So, Depression is a bit bummed because her mother and her new husband go on a road trip and she has to spend time with her father.
Your hair's longer.
Hey, cut it since the last time I saw you.
Oh.
Like, I'm totally not liking this either, Dad. Depression settles a bit before meeting one of the two main fanboys when she drives to school.
It's March, middle of the semester. Great.
Nice ride.
Thanks.
Good one, you totally showed her, huh? So she just enters a slow motion dimension when she is approached by a new face.
You're Isabel Swan, the new girl. Hi, I'm Eric, the eyes and ears of this place.
So, let me get this straight. An Asian guy with his ears covered under his hair is the eyes and ears of the school? Call me a racist, but that's hilarious. So we learned that Depression actually has a name, and it's Bella. Yeah, I'll still call her Depression. And she really hits us off with the boys in school who are just so not her type.
Says. There's no way, he's so skinny. Doesn't make sense. Totally.
Is there a curse of time on this movie? I mean, the talk goes on like normal, but we see them walking in slow motion.
Dr. and Mrs. Collins' foster kids, they moved down here from Alaska like a few years ago. They kind of keep to themselves. Yeah, because they're all together.
So, the obvious vampires come in and...
That's Edward Cullen. He's totally gorgeous, obviously. But apparently nobody here is good enough for him. Like I care, you know? So, yeah. Seriously, like, don't waste your time.
I wasn't planning on it.
No. Time out. Really? This is what turns the girls on? Pedo stare? I know eels that are less disturbing. What? Think I'm overreacting? Watch the same clip with some fitting music. Yeah, pretty fucking disturbing. So, as Mr. Awkward tries to hide his boner and continues to stare at her creepy during class. He's not subtle, is he? We cut to Depression having a phone with her mom and recalling the event. Yeah, I'm gonna play that music every time he stares like that. I mean, it fits. It really fits.
But he never showed.
Did the music just decide to give up and just laugh at her?
And the next day, another no-show.
So as you can imagine, some vampires decide to strike at some construction worker and the local police thinks it's a wild animal.
Well, probably be late for dinner. I gotta head down to Mason County. Security guard at the Grisham Mill got killed by some kind of animal.
An animal?
You're not in Phoenix anymore, Bills.
She already is a depression girl and now she also is scared of the world. Way to go parenting. So, Mr. Awkward shows up again after a few days and decides that staring at her like she is a disease might have been a little bit creepy. You don't say!
Hello? I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to introduce myself last week. I'm Edward Cullen. You're Bella?
Now for once, just close that mouth and stop staring at this junk. This movie is awkward enough as it is.
So you're enjoying the rain? What?
You're asking me about the weather?
Yeah, I guess I am.
Well, I don't really like the rain. Any cold, wet thing, I don't really...
Haha! I see what you did there. Symbolic and gross. This might turn out to be a fantastic comedy. They continue to Google into each other's contacts as Edward clearly states he is trying to get depression.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure you out. You're very difficult for me to read.
Hey, did you get contacts?
No.
Your eyes were black the last time I saw you, and like golden brown.
Yeah, I know. It's the fluorescence.
You were talking. Hello?
Bill, I'm so sorry. I panicked.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Time out, time out! What? The entire school is worried about depression. Granted, okay, but nobody saw Mr. Awkward stop a fucking van with his hand? What, is the entire world blind now? Well, apparently this movie is blind because it makes absolutely no attempts to stay subtle. As depression gets hospitalized and we see the audience must believe that this guy is not suspicious at all. I mean, look at him! Michael Jackson wasn't that pale.
I gotta go sign some paperwork. You should probably call your mom.
You tell her. Oh, she's probably just freaking out.
Oh god, now she is all depressed and I only had a near-death experience with a van. Okay, Subtlety is officially thrown out of the window. I mean, look! It's not that we can only see a part of him or that he is barely visible. He is literally standing there, visible for everyone. Why did she even need to turn on the light? Now, if you're anything like me, you're probably wondering, isn't she going to the police with this? Nope. Instead, we get some more scenes with subtlety like this.
Are you gonna tell me how you stopped the van?
Yeah. I had an adrenaline rush.
Adrenaline stopped a van.
Bella, look. It's a worm. It's a worm.
You don't know anything.
Hi. Are you gonna be riding with us?
No, our bus is full.
You don't know anything.
It means if you were smart, you'd stay away from me.
Yes! You are the one coming to her! I mean, if you want her to leave you alone, then it's a simple matter of stop stalking her! Then again, Mr. Awkward is surrounded in a world of cliché dumbasses such as...
So I keep thinking that Eric's gonna ask me to the prom. And then he just doesn't.
You should ask him. Take control. You're a strong, independent woman.
I am?
I am? I just thought I was a side character in a fucking stupid movie! Yep.
Okay, did you know Quileutes are supposedly descended from wolves?
What? Like wolves?
Yeah.
Like real wolves?
Well, that's the legend of our tribe.
Okay. So what's the story about the Cullens?
Well, they're supposedly descended from this, like, enemy clan. My great-grandfather, the chief, found them hunting on our land. But they claimed to be something different, so we made a treaty with them. If they promised to stay off Quileute lands, then we wouldn't expose what they really were to the palefaces.
Okay, that's it. The movie just clearly stated that it doesn't give a crap about suspense or illusion. Just a happy baby tale. We've hit Sesame Street level. No suspense, no subtlety, just a simple bedtime story, told in a way that little kids of 3 could understand it. With the exception that the characters in this movie are as unclear as mud. What can they possibly throw at us next? Girls shopping?
I like this one.
That's cool.
But, like, I don't know about the one shoulder thing.
I like this one. Yeah, I like the beat.
So, Depression meets Mr. Awkward again as he saves her from some drunken guys and they decide to have dinner together. Well, she is. He wouldn't be Mr. Awkward if he was just ordering food. Because ordering food is too mainstream.
No.
You're really not gonna eat?
No, I'm on a special diet.
You gotta give me some answers.
Yes, no. To get to the other side. 1.77245.
I don't want to know what the square root of pi is.
You knew that?
How did you know where I was?
I didn't.
All right.
What? No. Don't leave.
Did you follow me?
I feel very protective of you.
So you followed me.
I was trying to keep a distance unless you needed my help, and then I heard what those lowlifes were thinking.
Create character! We do not know anything about these two. And yeah, I'm not just talking about Vampire Boy here, but also about Depression Girl. Who is she? Why should we care? Basically, really, she just pisses me off. Constantly looking down, constantly having her mouth open for no reason, saying she is shopping with her friends, but just use it as an excuse to buy a book, and flat out saying it. They are both just so awkward. I just blew my own mind. I now know why they are perfect together. They are both freaking awkward. After Depression realizes that 1 and 1 is 2, she finally confronts Mr. Awkward about his origins. I know she's supposed to be all tense and stuff, and I'm not going to say anything, but I am going to add this music.
Where are we going?
Up the mountain. Out of the cloud bank. You need to see what I look like in the sunlight.
You can almost see the ropes and running belt they used to create this stupid effect. Oh my god, close your mouth! I can practically feel a draft here.
This is what I am.
It's like diamonds.
My family, we're different from others of our kind. We only hunt animals. We learn to control our thirst. But it's you. Your scent. It's like a drug to me. You're like my own personal brand of heroin.
Why did you hate me so much when we met?
I did. Only for making me want you so badly.
So let me get this straight. He is roughly speaking 100 years older than her. He looks like a Swarovski pendant in sunlight. He claims he wants to eat her, and still he is trying to hit on her. I could find this weird were it not for the fact that she seems to be completely okay with that. I mean, why does she trust him? We haven't seen any development in their relationship other than him saving her once. For the rest, it's just him staring, stalking and bugging her, and her trying to figure out why her mouth keeps hanging open when he is near. I mean, I now understand what the internet is trying to tell me when they say that toilet paper and a pen are still a better love story than Twilight. So, they are an item now, what a shock, and we get, what a shock, an awkward family meeting that ends, what a shock, awkward!
Yeah, this is my room.
No bed?
No, I don't sleep.
Ever?
No, not at all.
Okay. Why, you have so much music.
Do something! Christ! Are we just gonna stare at them being awkward all the time? When is there some action again? Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. Apparently there are some evil vampires lurking around killing people, and there is an investigation going on. But don't mind that, we have awkwardness to attend to.
I like watching you sleep. It's kind of fascinating to me.
And with awkwardness, I mean the full-fledged basic form of the term. Ugh. Yeah, I can also be awkward. In fact, let's make this a standard for every time they could be spending on the plot but aren't.
Chief Swan, I wanted to formally introduce myself. I'm Edward Cullen.
Hi, Edward.
Bella won't be out too late tonight. She's just gonna play baseball with my family.
Baseball?
Yes, sir, that's the plan.
Bella's gonna play baseball.
I'm finally starting to have fun with this movie. So, Depression starts playing baseball with Mr. Awkward and his family when the 3 evil vampires come along and start being threatening.
We'll go now.
Don't make me do something with this as my starting position. So, the blonde evil vampire gets obsessed by hunting Depression and they try to escape. Depression hurts her father's feelings to make sure he's safe, and I'm not gonna joke about it. It's just about the only reasonable dramatic scene in the movie. And she and Mr. Awkward leave.
Hey, Mom, I'm glad you got my message. What are you doing home?
Bella, where are you?
Calm down, everything's fine.
Bella!
I'll explain everything later. Mom, are you there?
Forks High School doesn't protect its students' privacy very well. It was just too easy for Victoria to find your previous address. It's a nice house you have here.
No. This is actually suspenseful. It's like the movie actually tries for a change. Now they just don't have to fuck up the climax. So Depression goes to some mirror studio alone, where it turns out that the evil vampire tricked her with a homemade video of her mom into thinking he had her. What kind of jump was that? It was like he was a ballerina in the air. Of course, Mr. Awkward comes to save Depression, and after a fight scene that quite frankly should have been censored, the evil vampire is killed and Mr. Awkward needs to save Depression from turning into a vampire by sucking out the venom from her wounds, which results in a music video. This movie only consists of awkward scenes with awkward people. The plot is beyond lame, subtlety is never an option, the entire movie is shot with a blue glow, making me depressed, and above all, the characters are so underdeveloped I cannot possibly care what will happen to them. Oh yeah, she wakes up, goes to prom, dances, and gets spotted by some evil vampire. Fuck! I mean, I guess I can sort of understand that hyped girls in puberty and confused about their hormones like this movie, but even then it's just stretching it. In the end, Twilight is nothing more than a fanfiction turned real, and really it shows. Well, and that was Twilight. I'm finally done with that.